Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Daily BizLink. On today's episode, Jane Cebrynski is back, and we're talking about doing your best in order to be your best. So, Jane, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. So let's just kick this off with a 10 moment.
My 10 moment, something to look forward to, right? We have to find ways to celebrate. Well, I've been working really hard this week. I put in some overtime. We have a lot going on the home front and the work front, but I'm getting ready to go out of town with some family. So this should be a really fun thing. So if I can power through the day, really looking forward to the way that we're going to celebrate this weekend.
I love it. I love it. Go you. Well, so I thought we would have this conversation about doing your best in order to be your best. And it's, we've been kind of working out of the book, The 4 Agreements, talking about the 4 agreements: be impeccable with your word and not taking things personally, not making assumptions. And that final agreement is be your best. And if you be your best and you work towards being your best in keeping your words impeccable, not taking things personally, not making assumptions, you become a better version of yourself. But what I like to think about is I just finished a 30-day challenge that I was not drinking alcohol and I was not eating sweets. And, I had good days and I had bad days. And I was really anchoring in like, just how can you be the best for you today? Based on this commitment that you made, based on this thing that you have a desire to do. And I'm getting ready to start another 30-day challenge with a team of people. And I've been thinking a lot about this because, we coach in competitive greatness, and taking from a quote from John Wooden around being your best. He says that competitive greatness is being your best when your best is required. And sometimes our best might only be 40%, but that is our best for today. And I think that's what's so important for people to understand, is that it doesn't mean that it's a perfect day. It doesn't mean that it's a 10-day. We have so much showing up in our lives. We have, sadness and grief and disappointment and all kinds of stuff that shows up. And sometimes being your best might be just being able to get out of bed that day. So that's kind of what I wanted to just focus on. Thoughts?
And I think what's really inspiring from all this is the fact that we have the ability to take control and be in power of our outcomes. And so being our best, right, that's only going to help us. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, I could show up to be my best to help everybody else. I think, shifting that frame of mind to think that it's really about helping yourself is really something worth noting.
Well, that's just it, is that, I really want to give hope to people out there to be champions for themselves. And so when we talk about competitive greatness and being our best, sometimes that's such an outward force. We're being our best for the paycheck. We're being our best for the win. We're being our best so someone else will think something about us. And what I really want everyone to focus on is just being a champion for themselves, and the wonderful, wonderful feeling that comes from just knowing you gave it your best. And I think it's really important that, there's action, right? So you've got to do your best in order to be your best. And that doing is critical. So taking some action around being your best, whether it's folding laundry, whether it's, making dinner, whether it's showing up for a spouse or an employer, what is it that you can honestly say is giving your best and being your best and really doing it for you?
So Jane, what would your challenge of the week be?
Well, I love this quote from John Wooden as he defines success. So I thought I would just share it. It says, peace of mind, success is peace of mind that is the direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. So lots of B's in there, but the key in here is it's self-satisfaction. And in doing your best, it's effort. When he coached his team, he was all about the effort that you put in. And again, sometimes your effort may only be 40% that day for a variety of reasons, but really it's that self-satisfaction. And what I've learned and what has really helped me, if I want to have that peace of mind, if I want to get out of my head, if I just know like, okay, I'm giving my best today, then that peace of mind exists. There's no monkey mind, there's no criticism, there's no judgment or any shame. It's just like, hey, this is what I was able to do today. So I would just encourage everyone to think about, are you giving your best? What does that look like? And be a champion for yourself in doing so.
So Jane, as we like to wrap up today's conversation, is there anything else you want to leave our audience with?
When we coach in competitive greatness, it's about truth, faith, and love. So just acknowledge whatever your truth is for that day. Have faith in something much bigger than yourself that maybe you can't see. And, love is about loving yourself enough to want to be the best version of yourself.
Great. Well, Jane, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Daily BizLink.
Thanks so much for having me, Lindsay. Have a great, great weekend.